Today's Tuesday, it's the 4th of February 2025. I'm just checking the date. My boss over here. And we're in Paguera. We're going to go to the market, but we've just driven over to the side where the market is and there were virtually no stalls there. So we thought we'd give it a miss and just have a little walk along the front by the sea. And we'll walk through the village as well. Beautiful sunny day today and a little bit calmer. There has been a slight breeze, but not very much. Got a few dog walkers out on the beach, and a few times the ball goes into the sea and the dog chases it. Just beautiful out there. It's a ship on the horizon. It's one of the GNV ferries that takes you to the mainland. I think we used the GNV last summer when we were going to Barcelona.
It's good, wasn't it?
4th of February, so there's not much in the way of hotels open yet. The big hotel here, which is now the Vibra Hotel, it's not open yet, though the beach bars here, just at this end anyway, are open. I did notice as we were entering Paguera there was a large police presence setting up roadblocks. This is the Guardia Civil Traffic Department. No obvious reason why they were doing that, but they do have exercises where they spotlight certain things and they'll stop cars for those specific checks. Maybe it was something like that. But we saw them in 2 different places and quite a number of police officers. Sometimes it's just training as well. These police officers have to have their training done, so I suppose it's a good time to do it when it's a little bit quieter. That's where we've just come down. We just parked the car just at the end there, and so we can walk along the front and then walk back through the town. You can see they've got all the fencing here. That's been placed there just to protect the sand. Seems to have done a good job. We have had a lot of wind this winter. It's not something that, in my experience, is usual for Mallorca to have a lot of wind. And we do occasionally have the odd storm, and we can have hurricane force winds, but it seems to have been a lot more constant over this winter, and we've had lots of breezes. So yeah, these things have done the job in preventing too much movement of the sand, and they'll take them out when they're ready for the season to start, and then they'll go over it with a scarifying machine just to break up the sand, clean it all up, remove all the twigs. So lots of broken bits of wood that have got blown into the sand and into the sea during the winter time, and get it all pristine, ready for the new season. Toilet out of order. I've actually got a couple sitting on the beach with the deck chairs. Why not? It's certainly a peaceful day today. Gentle ripples on the sea, nice and calm, and the sun's shining, so as long as it's not too breezy down there, it'll be quite pleasant. This is the square where they hold different events. So I've actually seen the figures finally published now for 2024, and it says that the Balearic Islands, so that includes Mallorca and Ibiza and Paguera as well, had 18.7 million visitors last year. Tourist videos, 18.7 million, which was up.
The population of Greenland.
Which I think a lot more than that, which was up considerably from the previous year. I think 5-6% more than the previous year.
Pine cones here.
So this is usually the first beach we come to when we come to Paguera, but there is one just a little bit further around there, a little bit smaller but a nice sandy beach. And then over there you've got Santa Ponsa and the Malgrat Islands. Carry on?
Yes. Yeah, there was some amazing statistics in the House of Games yesterday, weren't there?
One of them was, how many people do you think live on Greenland, on the island of Greenland? It's the biggest island in the world, huge landmass. How many people actually live there? And the people who were guessing made some quite crazy numbers.
Millions.
Some were saying how many millions were living there. In fact, the whole of Greenland has only about 56,000 residents. Greenland, of course, in the news at the moment, or has been in the news recently, because Donald Trump wants to buy it. And the Danish are saying it's not for sale. I think Donald Trump's got more things on his mind at the moment. He's in the process of putting tariffs on various countries, or threatening to put tariffs. Anyway, I try and keep politics out of this YouTube channel, so I just have to see what consequences any of that might have here in Mallorca. One thing, as far as America is concerned, is that they are increasing the number of flights here. Still not a huge number, but a significant increase. So I think 50% increase, which means in real numbers, instead of 2 a week, it's 3 a week, or something like that. But it's certainly a move to get more American tourists coming to Mallorca. And well, there's, I think, a general move to get the island a little bit more upmarket and That's one way of doing it. Bring high spending people from different parts of the world, not just America.
They come in on the tours, on the boats, though, don't they? The cruise
Yeah, they come on the planes, and they'll join a cruise ship here. So I've got a friend who's just gone off on a cruise ship, and I asked him what sort of nationalities are typically on the cruises that he goes on. And while at this time of the year it's mainly Europeans, you go close more into the summer, you find more and more Americans on them.
Again on the machines.
I haven't been on the machines, but I have mentioned that I should be going on the machines. This is the other beach again. Almost deserted. Metal detectorist. I bought our son a metal detector many years ago, and we had lots of happy mornings, early in the morning, coming down onto the beaches and finding coins, ring pulls, plenty of ring pulls. And yeah, it was always interesting to see what you were going to find. I think it's quite a nice, fun little hobby. Just gentle ripples on the sea today, no surfing. And no swimmers in the sea. Just going round the coast here, so as you go out of Paguera, you have Californels, which is over there, and then you go over to Camp de Mar. And Camp de Mar's been in the news recently because the Barcelona footballer Lewandowski, Polish footballer, excellent player, he's bought a house in Camp de Mar. That's an area, Camp de Mar, towards Port Andratx, where some of the rich and famous, Claudia Schiffer and the like, Schumacher.
Oh, there's fish there.
Oh, there are hundreds of, quite a shoal of just small ones, but lots and lots of them, and a jellyfish I can see. See a few jellyfish.
Sign of a dirty sea.
Yeah, but a real shoal of fish there. Just looking down into the water is actually very clear. That's why we can see so many fish, I suppose. You can see a few sea urchins as well, attached to the rocks. There must be something for the fish to be feeding on there. They're just collecting like a load of piranhas around something, but I'm not sure. I can't see anything in particular, unless there was a man here a few moments ago. Maybe he was throwing bread to them.
Do you have a photo?
What a good idea, darling. Photo time.
There's pigeons there for you, isn't there?
Feel the breeze building up again. Metal detectorist is still metal detecting. Not sure whether he's actually finding very much, but he seems to be a bit of a professional. He's got a nice piece of kit, and he's got a special scooper, stainless steel scooper, which is like a sieve. You can pick the sand up, give it a bit of a shake, the sand falls through, and then your treasure gets left in the bottom. I think we used to use an old colander or something.
Oh, it's cold now. You want to have a go on the machines?
I must say, when I used to take Adam to do the metal detecting, we used to get up at the crack of dawn. It was one way of getting him out of bed and getting out early in the morning, and so we were first on the beach. Particularly when you're doing it in the summertime, you've got to go very early before the crowds are out.
But then wasn't it made illegal as well?
Yeah, there was certainly some questions about the legalities of metal detecting. I don't really know what the position is now. I mean, people obviously do it. You don't see it as often. You used to see in Palmanova in particular, people with special metal detectors that you could take into the sea and see what they could find there. You do hear quite often about people losing jewellery, rings in particular, while they're swimming.
Laura lost the diamond out of her ring.
A metal detector wouldn't be much use for a diamond, but it might be for a ring. I remember I bought, when we first started going out, I bought a silver bracelet for Anita. You remember?
I do.
And that got lost in Rosnaiga. Another reason to go back to Wales.
Find the bracelet. I think that's long gone.
Nice to have the sun on your back as you're walking down. Still doing some work on this hotel. I think they're supposed to be opening up fairly soon, or to get a move on with the concreting that they're doing there. First aid post.
It's a nice temperature when you're...
It is a nice temperature. It's fairly quiet as well. We've had the odd noise from machinery, people doing the work, but basically it's very peaceful walking along here. Villamil. It's a 5-star hotel.
It's a restaurant as well.
And the Calvier area is going to be in the next year, I suppose, getting 2 or 3 more 5-star hotels. Another sign of things attempting to go up market a little bit more. Though you do have to take these stars with a little bit of a pinch of salt, because they only mean that they've got certain facilities. It's the lifeguard station there, but it's unmanned and will be unmanned until the season starts. Calvier area, we're talking about March, which is only now next month, so we could start to see things happening. And beds being put out, that'll be the first sign.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, last year was a bit of a disaster. They were very, very late getting the beds out and the beaches organised. Actually, now we're in a more sheltered, sunny area. It's actually feeling very warm.
I didn't take my gloves off.
You've still got your gloves on, have you? My goodness. One of the bars open. You've got some that are not open yet, but look as though they will be opening up very, very soon. The doors open there. Tables are all out. Yeah, they look as though they're getting ready. They've still got the lights in bags. It's what they do here, protect them from the environment a little bit. Still big piles of seaweed down there on the shore. Pizzeria Robinson's house.
Go in here and have a drink.
Yeah.
The one we usually go to is open, is it?
Doesn't look as though it's open, so perhaps we'll go in here.
Yeah.
Well, we've got our coffees and it's very, very bright. Anita's just about got a little bit of shade and well, we've got a lovely view, so we're just going to have our coffees. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
And we must say a very special thank you to Johnny in San Diego. This coffee's on you. Cheers.
Thank you, Johnny, cheers.
Oh, it's a nice little break. Our coffee. And just chatting to the lady who owns it and or works there. And she's saying her colleagues starting work tomorrow and they're going to be open every day now. So just a sign of how things are changing as the season progresses. Still working on that hotel over there. Seems to have been years that they've been doing that. Slow progress. That's one of the restaurants we sometimes go to. Looks like they're cleaning and getting ready for the new season.
Caterpillars in the trees up there.
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of processionary caterpillars this year. There seems to be more nests than ever, at least where we go. In different parts of the island, they're going about it in a much more noisy way. They're actually shooting them out of the trees. So they're giving out shotgun cartridges so that the hunters can shoot the trees, or shoot at the nests in the trees, and hopefully stop the moths from forming for the next year. Important job here, get the drains cleaned out so the water can flow more freely. We're just making our way up now to the main shopping street. This is Hotel Gaia. So the market is actually up there, but we're not going to bother with the market. It didn't look as though it was worth bothering with. This is La Pampa. It's a restaurant we came to a few times and had really good menus of the day, and then suddenly they stopped doing the menu of the day, and so we stopped coming. Rendezvous. Still, most places appear to be closed up, with a few exceptions. But I think Paguera will start to come to life a little bit quicker than Magaluf and Palma Nova, I think. Fifth. noisy with all the traffic that comes through here. And the cobblestones don't help at all because they can be very noisy, even when the electric cars are driving over them. Pharmacy across the road, see what the temperature is. That's right in the sun there, so it will be a pinch of salt with that one. I think it said 12:07 and it says 18 degrees, was it? I can't think that's actually far off, maybe a little bit less. Bus that runs on natural gas. And here they are actually repairing the pavement. They're not replacing, they're just they're not doing a whole new job, they're just repairing the broken tiles, cementing things that need to be cemented.
Should be in Magaluf doing this.
Always nice to see parents that have the children we used to teach. Plato del dia, €9.50, and it's pork chops today with a sauce. You get some wine and water with that as well. It's not a menu del dia, just a plato, just a plate. This is the front of the Villa Mill, the 5-star hotel right in the centre. On the other side is just shop after shop after shop, all closed at the moment. And we've got a few more open on this side though. E equals mc squared, Albert. I think it's just going to get more and more as the year progresses. In fact, I think probably by next month we'll see quite a change as soon as we get into March. (17°C) it says on that thermometer there on the pharmacy. I think that's probably the one I'll go with. I think that's about right. 17°C, 44% humidity. It's only just after 12, so it could get a little bit warmer as the day proceeds, as it goes into the afternoon. So we could hit that 18 degrees mark. Little pine forest here, and I guess there's going to be a lot of nests here for the processionary caterpillars. One thing that I have seen here in the past is the hoopoe bird, and that's one of the animals that actually feed on these processionary caterpillars. So very nice to see them, and they are an incredibly beautiful bird. So I'm going to keep my eye out for the hoopoe. pita, something like that. I'm not sure. It's one of the jungle park type places over there where you can go and climb up into the trees and go on zip wires, and you tether yourself to a line and go around there. But it is in the pine trees. They're not open at the moment, and they probably won't be opening till the season's well underway. But you need to be careful at this time of the year anyway of those processionary caterpillars. This is the Vibra Hotel, which is where we started our video. They're not open yet, but it looks like signs that they are getting ready to open. And we're almost back to our car now. So we didn't get to the market, but we've had a nice walk along the front and through the town, and
So we
we
have
had nice
to go
coffee.
shopping now.
Now we're going shopping. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.